Welcome back to Twindero. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to talk about the nuclear vessels.
Nuclear vessels in Alameda, California.
Exactly. Yeah, okay, so Gary and I are Star Trek fans from back in the day, and certainly watching Star Trek 4, where they have Chekhov, of all people, asking military personnel and folks in the city.
The policeman. He was asking the policeman.
Right. Where can we find the nuclear vessels in Alameda? In the height of the Cold War.
Height of the Cold War.
It was just one of the whole movie. Star Trek 4 was pretty much a fish out of water movie, and just it kind of showing that even if you're from the future, sometimes you miss the little nuances, like having the guy with the Russian accent looking for the nuclear vessels, or Kirk trying to cover for Spock's weird behavior by saying he got high on LDS in the 60s.
Yeah, in Berkeley.
So close. And then with the rise of the Latter-day Saints, it makes it even kind of funnier if you think about it. But anyway, carry on. I'll let Gary do the announcement here, and I'll provide color commentary. Oh wait,
Trump announced that's better. Trump had announced on his little teeny tiny social media platform that he was deploying 2 nuclear submarines to move to appropriate regions in response to highly provocative statements from the deputy chair of Russia's Security Council, Dmitry Medvedev. In his post on True Social, he didn't specify where exactly the submarines would be going or what capabilities the submarines would have, whether they're nuclear armed or not.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned that he didn't include that information.
Well, I think he probably felt that was Hegseth's role.
Well, it's something that he would share with an Australian billionaire, right?
Yeah, exactly. So why not the rest of us, right?
Yeah, and mind you, this is from the same guy that says, "Don't tell people when you're going to attack them. That's stupid because I know more than generals."
Let's see. There's one other quote I wanted to read on this. I wanted to read what Medvedev has said. Medvedev recently sounded off on social media on Trump's deadline for Russia to come to a ceasefire agreement with Ukraine or face severe sanctions. Quote, Trump's playing the ultimate game with Russia, 50 days or 10. He should remember 2 things. 1, Russia isn't Israel or even Iran. 2, each new ultimatum is a threat and a step towards war, not between Russia and Ukraine, but with his own country. Don't go down the Sleepy Joe road, which I have no idea what the fuck that means.
Well, I think the problem is that you didn't read it in the right accent.
Oh,
maybe do that last part in the proper accent, and maybe it'll make more sense.
Don't go down the Sleepy Joe road.
No, dumb. That's a dumb thing to do. Don't do that.
Yeah. And then Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth reposted Trump's statement on X. I'm surprised he didn't do it on Signal. I guess.
Yeah, put the reporter back on there. Hey, everybody! Can you believe this? We're coming in from the north, flying low below their radar. Now that's a reference to Airplane movie. Zucker's Abrams, Zuckers are geniuses.
Yeah. So Dave and I had talked about reading about this last night. We ended up just doing. We took the easy way out and did an August Energy, but
August Energy is very good.
So this was a good one to read today. There was someone in the comments had asked if we were going to read on it. And I said, yeah, I think we probably will. So here we are. So I hope you're all having a wonderful. This is going to come out Sunday. Right now it's Saturday. It's about 10 minutes to 1 in the afternoon local. So I hope
if only your clock was on camera, then you could prove to folks that you're not just lying and making up the time.
Well, you got this one here, the very bizarre clock that my wife loves, which is sharks and kittens. I for the life of me, I don't understand the appeal of that. It's just 2 things that don't go together. It's like Trump and batteries and sharks.
There we go.
There's the Kit Kat clock.
Here, let me blow that up for you.
Okay, there you go.
See, there we go.
And it says 10 to 1.
We don't know the day. You can't prove the day now, but you can at least prove the time. And if we're going to believe you on that, I guess we can believe you on other things.
Okay, so let's why don't we get into this and just let's look at the energy around. I'm going to look at the energy around Russia. You can look at Trump.
I wanted to do that.
Okay,
That's fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
No, because you could do Russia with your Russian accent. I
was going to have you do the Russia with the Russian accent.
No, you are much better. Dave worked with a lady that was she from Russia? Or was she like Ukrainian, or she was definitely
which
one? The one
Dweller Beneath Waters.
What, I'm sorry.
Dweller Beneath Waters. Who?
No, someone you worked with at your biotech.
Oh, Irina. Yes. No, she was Russian. Her husband's name was Boris too.
Yeah, she was not familiar with American pop culture, so she didn't know who Boris Badenov and Natasha were.
Yeah, God, I know. It was just hilarious. Her husband's name was Boris. Like, stop it! Stop it! It's not fair.
So Dave would say, would you please say moose and squirrel?
Yes. I forgot about that. It's like, I mean, because there's a bunch of people roughly our age who are familiar with Rocky and Bullwinkle. It's like, hey, say moose and squirrel. Moose and squirrel. Do it again. Oh God, can you imagine if I was dating Michelle at that point?
Oh my God.
She'd have peed her pants.
Okay, let's take a look at Trump's energy around his redeploying of nuclear
vessels.
Make sure I got the deck.
All hail Walter Koenig and his Chekhov character.
Okay, foundation of the reading is the 10 of Pentacles. Okay,
good luck interpreting this one.
Yeah, this one's going to be pretty straightforward. He is completely looking at his legacy.
He's a tough guy.
He's pissed off because Russia's not taking his Nobel Peace Prize seriously. That's kind of a cynical way to see it, but honestly, that's what he's pissed off about. He doesn't give two rats' butts about Ukraine. He wants a Nobel Peace Prize, and bringing peace to the region he feels is his ticket.
Well, it's funny because he's negotiated the minerals deal with Ukraine, and he can't get to it till the war stops.
Yep.
So it's kind of like he wants both, right? Nobel Peace Prize and then get to the monies. And Russia doesn't comply.
Yep. And the challenge is Russia's just not complying. They're sticking to their story. They're sticking to they want Ukraine back in Mother Russia.
Don't you hate it when you've got this great plan together and other people don't play in your reality?
You know what it is? It's kind of like when you're in a rush during rush hour and you have to get somewhere quickly, and all these other people have inconveniently decided to be on the road at the same time when you really need to get somewhere.
Exactly.
It's kind of like that. It's like, I have plans and you're just in my way.
And you can't even get into the high density vehicle occupant lane, the diamond lane, because that's all clogged with people too.
Exactly.
There's no way to cheat.
Yeah, you people, you need something else to do. Work overtime.
Yeah, exactly.
The energy underneath is the Page of Cups. This is just, he wants to have a victory for his little MAGA base. This is what I promised you, that I was going to get this done. It was kind of a foolhardy goal. Not the goal itself isn't foolhardy to have peace, but the fact that he could do it in a day and it hasn't happened. The fact that he's starting to realize that I shouldn't say he's starting. He's realizing that Putin's not his buddy and has been playing him for a fool. In the past, you've got the King of Swords, Trump giving him 50 days to negotiate a peace deal.
Make his ultimatum.
Current energy is Seven of Swords. Putin's he's not only is he ignoring this, he's basically taking this 50 days as I can attack as much as I can in the next 50 days. Just attack with impunity and then just kiss Trump's butt with a couple days left to go. Apparently, July was the biggest amount of drones that he's ever thrown at Ukraine. And that's one of the things that was Trump getting him upset. Overarching energy is the Death card. basically Trump wanting to put an end to this. He's been played for a fool by Putin. Medvedev is making provocative statements, and he wants to put an end to it. I'm not going to read that as a literal because that would be very frightening.
Well, but there have been a lot of casualties as a result of Russian attack operations.
But if we're talking nuclear vessels, this is a very frightening card. The lesson to be learned is the moon card.
Yeah, but this is not about he hasn't deployed the things. This is probably what's leading up to the leading up to it. Anyways, carry on.
Yeah. So the lesson to be learned is the moon card. Even Trump has said in his thing that, you have to be careful with words. Words have meanings, which is like the ultimate ironic comment coming from him.
Hey, I want to back you up. Sorry to interrupt your flow there.
Sure.
How did you interpret Seven of Swords? The other that was Putin.
Putin just going on the attack.
Yeah. What if that's nuclear submarines? Because they're stealthy, right? They go underwater. You don't see them. They sneak around.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's a threat of escalation that you don't do what I say. Hey, stop looking at your phone.
No, I wanted to get Trump's quote about words have meanings because it was so ironic.
I can, yeah. Trump, he's got like 20 words that he uses.
Yeah, words are very important, can often lead to unintended consequences. I hope this will not be one of those instances, he added. Yeah, you live by unintended consequences from your words. And that's probably what the moon card is that words have unintended consequences. You need to be clear when you say things. The outcome, oh boy, talk about unintended consequences. Don't believe everything you're seeing. My phone didn't believe everything it was saying. I think it's what I'm getting from this is I'm sure it's not a bluff. I'm sure nuclear subs were moved. This could be one of two things. Either, this kind of the cat and mouse game with the nuclear subs. You don't know exactly where they are. They could be just about anywhere. But it's also just Trump starting to recognize that he's being played, and he's trying to put an end to that. It's like the Russian version of Taco. Trump is always chickening out. Trump's starting to realize that he's being played, and he needs to make decisive actions and stick to it. Of course, it might not mean that at all.
Okay,
maybe that's what Russia wants him to do, is relocate submarines. Maybe they were in a place that they didn't want them.
We'll see. What's the mindset with inside the Kremlin as the U.S. announces that they're moving? Is it a pair of nuclear subs?
Yeah.
Into strategic new locations, not to be disclosed.
Oh yeah, that's some of the cups. It could be they just don't know if they are nuclear armed or just nuclear subs.
They'll be nuclear armed.
You would think, right?
Yeah. What's going on in the Kremlin? What's the think there that's going on? Oh, Six of Swords. Okay, they're moving boats across the waters. Crossed by the United States. It's probably a little bit alarming. It's alarming only in that Trump is crazy and he doesn't act in a predictable manner. So boats are moving, and now they have to kind of figure out where these boats are moving to. Wheel of Fortune. There's a progression here. There's something that they're looking for with this, or there's more things that are going to happen past the emperor. I more think this is Putin sort of gauging Trump and manipulating Trump and being Trump's daddy, but that's in the past. He doesn't seem to have the control he had before. Same as Gary had. Current situation is the Seven of Cups. I think in some ways, I'm concerned that Russia feels like they've lost their influence over Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Trump breaks every deal. He breaks every deal that he makes. And
that's a great interpretation. I like that.
And it's like, here he is moving these boats, and it's like, wait a minute, this isn't what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of concern over here. Not panic per se, but it's like almost like an alarm. They're not happy about this. That it's like, they've lost control again, just like the Epstein thing. They've lost control of the monster.
Yeah, exactly.
Lesson to be learned. Trump probably wants ties, or they might have to go forward in either. This could be just because Dr. Lena said the other day, it's about a card of patience. They could go forward and offer bribes to Trump. They could decide to wait and be a little more patient to see how things pan out, or they might go forward with evidence of that they're holding on, compromise that they're holding on. But there's something that they're going to have to do in order to adjust the situation. Out comes the tower. Ooh. That's an interesting one.
Boy, I can think of two things immediately what that could mean.
I don't believe that. I really hope this is not the nuclear strike on the Kremlin.
Well, that's definitely one thing.
Yeah. And the other could be, hey, you know what? If you don't respond to our overtures, then we will topple you and your government.
Yes.
One clarifier. Disappointment. I think, to me, I think this is Russia is going to make a play here to say, remember that whole thing they said about Trump asked for help and we gave it to him. We expect him to honor his commitments back when the election was done. I think Russia is getting a little tired of Trump's antics.
I have a third thought for what that tower might be.
The PP tape.
No, that Russia actually executes the sanctions. It topples the economy, and the sorrow of the Five of Cups. People sad watching the economy just completely tank.
Yeah, that is certainly a possibility. I don't think I was going out that far with it, but it's an ongoing process with the when you've got the Wheel of Fortune underneath there. It absolutely could be that too. There's a lot going on with this.
I want to do a reading on the Russian economy after. What are the impacts to Russia? So Trump gave them until I think it's August 8th or 9th. I just saw something on Al Jazeera on what the date was. August 8th, Friday, August 8th. So you go into August 8th to have a peace deal, at least what was it that Trump said? A concept of a peace deal.
Okay, Lionsgate, no less.
Okay, so what's the situation in Russia after the Friday, August 8th deadline? So how are things looking in Russia?
Look like after chicken August tacos.
8th, and maybe into August.
Chicken tacos.
Chicken tacos. You've got. I'll just do a little four-carder. You've got the Two of Pentacles. It's a balancing act. And then you got Trump's legacy and all the monies he wants. It's all Pentacle cards. You got the Three of Pentacles, having meetings, discussions. Maybe it's a Swan Lake card.
Yeah.
And heartbreak and betrayal. Oh. And then
you got a pair of threes in there too.
Yeah, and you got the Hangman underneath it. Okay,
so this is fun. I was going to say this is going to be good luck interpreting this one, but this one just turned fun.
Yeah. So if you're going to go down the path of Dave's Compromat,
yes, exactly.
Yeah, we've got we could play this nice and we can all make money, or we could play this not so nice. You have to worry about your legacy. We've got the information in the background; it's in the shadows, but we can dig it out. it will be very heartbreaking for you, and we will throw you under the bus.
That's exactly where I was thinking. The minute you pulled that last card, it's like, wow, that's exactly where I went with it.
Wow. So it might not be. Now, if I was going to do an economy reading.
Sorry, let me blow you up here.
Yeah, so if there's the economy reading, okay, so you've just hit us with sanctions. We're going to have to sort of balance our spending and try and increase our exports. You're definitely impacting the monies that we bring in that keeps the Russian families moving. We have to work with the people like India who buy our oil. This is a heartbreaking situation because I think financially it's going to be very difficult and challenging for them to overcome these additional sanctions. And the people who are sanctioned are going to be pissed off, and they're going to find themselves in a position that they're not happy about.
Yeah.
It's a shame the Five of Pentacles didn't show up. That would definitely, that's the one card that I always think of.
And there could also just be that disappointment that Trump goes through with it, and they're just like, "Hey, wait a minute, we had agreements in place, and you're not honoring those." Should Trump impose sanctions on Russia, what will the Russian government do in retaliation? I'm assuming there will be a retaliatory response. 4 cards. Retaliatory response. Russian government should Trump impose sanctions. They're going to move quickly, broadcasting things, but they'll definitely be moving quickly. The secrets are about to be announced about the deals that they've made because of the mess, the vessels being moved. Consequences, your choices. We warned you. We had an agreement in place. We told you not to put the things there. You did it anyways. So now the gloves are off. I think Russia is going to take some gloves off with Trump.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be stuff that they do. This is not launching missiles at the U.S. vessels, because you do that. Not only have you Article 5'd all of NATO in there, but you're going to basically galvanize the U.S. population against you. And that is not what you want. You would want to keep the U.S. population divided. So that's why I don't think that's attacking the subs. I do think that they will attack other things. This could be, if they've got ransomware in utility companies or something like that, where they can shut down the grid, or they might do something like that. It could be the release of compromise on U.S. political figures, things along those lines. But there will be a swift retaliation.
Okay, what is a little clarifier? What is the Queen of Swords truth that the Russians have from Dave's outcome? Was it your outcome or energy underneath?
It was energy underneath.
Okay, what's the Queen of Swords? What is that energy? Whoops.
Exposure.
Yeah. It has to do with the victory.
You mean like the election?
Could be election victory or a military victory. 8 of Cups. That when this Queen of Swords information is out, people will walk away. They will detach from you. Actions will be taken by the woman, and there's going to be it's kind of a winner take all situation. You chose to fight when you should have walked away, and whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen quickly, and there's going to be all sorts of damage as a result of it.
I picked one card off the top of my deck, and it was the 7 of Swords. I would be surprised, and now it may not be as big as that. It might be something a little bit more localized, like kidnapping journalists, because we know Russia does that, right? American citizens over there. Okay, they're spies. We're going to arrest them. We'll hold a sham trial. We'll convict them of spying and throw them in a gulag for 30 years, and then we can negotiate their release with other things.
We shouldn't give Trump idea, because he's kind of using that same template with people of brown skin almost.
The Gestapo is the Gestapo, whether you call it the Gestapo or Immigration Custom Enforcement. And that's, how sad is that for the folks that had worked for immigration and customs enforcement for decades, and they weren't vilified like this. And now, because it's been weaponized the way it has, they're thrown in with these newcomers that are fascists.
Yep.
I mean, usually law enforcement's pretty damn conservative to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
It tracks. But, this is just like, this is taking the gravy seals and throwing them in there. And, as one guy who was, I guess, in law enforcement say, we've never felt the need to cover our faces or hide our names in our badges.
Yep.
Why would we need to do that? And if you're doing all that, it's because you have every intention of violating people's rights.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Anything else you want to throw on this one?
No, I think that's fine.
I think we've drilled this one into the ground. Okay, just a little forward, Carter. Do we need to be worried? As folks in the United States, do we need to be worried about overly aggressive acts, i.e. war, with this one? My deck's upside down, sorry. Lover's card. I don't think so. There's going to be agreements coming out. There's going to be fighting and chaos that comes with it. We're going to wait and see. The world's involved. Things that people don't like. It probably brings us closer to it, but it's going to lead to, you're going to have more peace talks, whether you want to or not, because that's the way forward. You either can fight or bring the world in there. If cooler heads do not prevail, you could actually drag the world into fighting with this. Absolutely could. I am hopeful, though, that Spirit's going to be here and show a better path that moves away from the fighting. And again, with that Four of Cups, you could say, well, what does that mean? It's like, part of compromise is nobody's happy with it.
Yeah. You don't get everything you want. You just get a little bit, and then a whole bunch of stuff.
If everybody leaves the table unhappy, it's probably actual compromise. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching this video and supporting our channel. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, if you like these videos, subscribe and hit the bell. We'll wake you up at midnight with a new video. Give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. I read them all, respond to many.
And unlike those other Russian Twin Turtle channels that speak in horrible accents that you don't understand, we offer you things that even moose and squirrel cannot offer you.
Indeed. How about a shout out for Minkster?
Meekster, M-E-E-K. Is that like Meester Terra?
Or also known as Brenda.
There you go, Brenda.
And then let's see. Oh, Cynthia Rose.
Cynthia Rose. She's got a black bikini on.
And then hey, here's a good one. A shout out to Susie Zuki.
Susie Zuki. Yes, I recognize that name.
Yes.
Wonder if she rides a Susie Zuki.
She might. I think Susie Zuki's, it's either New Zealand or Australia. I think it's New Zealand, but correct me if I'm wrong, Susie Zuki.
I don't think they pronounced that motorcycle properly over there.
Yeah. And then a card for the rest of us. Temperance. Let's go out and have a drink.
Exactly. Yeah, have several drinks.
We're going to mix an elixir for you.
Yeah. After this reading, you might need two. Make it a stiff one.
Cocktails.
All right, everyone. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.